وعربت كذلك خلال نقاشي اليوم مع
During my discussions with the Prime Minister of Japan, I expressed my gratitude for the Japanese investment flows in Egypt, and I invite the private sector companies in Japan to for more investment in Egyptian projects. I discussed with the Japanese Prime Minister many common interest international issues, and these were constructive discussions about the challenges on the global arena and the implications of the Russian-Ukrainian war on developing countries. We also spoke about regional issues such as the Palestinian and Yemeni causes, and we spoke about the diplomatic efforts exerted by Egypt in the Sudanese regard, leading the Sudanese neighboring countries summit. And in general, the discussions showed the joint visions of the two countries, which calls for more collaboration and support in different international forums, and the continuation of action in different cooperation fields, politically, economically, or culturally. I am glad at the conclusion to reaffirm to Mr. Hayashi the keenness of Egypt on deepening collaboration with Japan, reflecting the distinguished relations between the two countries, as well as the keenness of Japan. And I would like to renew my greetings and welcomes to the Prime Minister and the delegation. Thank you so much.
Sorry. So, first of all, thank you very much, Mr. Shoukry. And I am very pleased to visit Egypt, which is a major power in the region for the first time in my capacity as Minister for Foreign Affairs. And I had a deep and very fruitful dialogue with Minister Shoukry. And Egypt plays an important role for peace and stability in the Middle East and Africa, and is an extremely important partner for Japan. When Prime Minister Kishida visited Egypt in April, bilateral relations were elevated to a strategic partnership, as mentioned by Minister Shoukry. At today's meeting, we had a candid discussion on a variety of topics, ranging from bilateral relations, including politics, economy, and development assistance, and education cooperation, to regional and international affairs. On the bilateral relations, Japan will continue its long-term assistance in a wide range of areas. Those assistances include the Grand Egyptian Museum, which will be a new symbol of a cultural cooperation, as well as a feasibility study to provide a vessel ensuring safety of navigation in the Suez Canal. I also welcome positive development in our economic relations. The volume of Japanese direct investment in Egypt and the trade have been increasing lately. The direct flights operated by Egypt Air between Japan and Egypt will resume this month. The government of Japan will continue to support our private sector entering into the Egyptian market. Russia's aggression against Ukraine, as well as its decision to terminate its participation in the Black Sea Grain Initiative, have been seriously affecting the entire international community. Japan will continue close communication with Egypt in order to ensure global food security. With regard to the situation in Sudan, Japan, together with Egypt and other countries, will continue to call on the parties to the conflict for an immediate ceasefire and the transition to civilian rule. Japan is also seriously concerned about the deterioration of humanitarian situation in Sudan and has been providing assistance worth approximately 92 million US dollars to Sudan and neighboring countries. We are also concerned about heightened tensions between Israel and Palestine. We appreciate Egypt's positive efforts, including hosting Palestinian factions for reconciliation. Japan will provide emergency grant aid worth 1 million US dollars through UNRWA, as well as food assistance worth approximately 1.4 million US dollars through WFP to the people of Palestine. Furthermore, Japan values the role of multinational force and observers for peace and stability in the Middle East. Japan has been contributing financially and sending 4 ground self-defense force officers on duty to the MFO. And regarding the release of Alps-treated water from the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, I explained to Minister Shoukry and referring to the IAEA comprehensive report that the release is being conducted in accordance with international standards and practices and with all possible safety precautions in place. Minister Shoukry expressed understanding on Japan's position and trust on what Japan has been doing. Later today, we are going to hold the Japan-Egypt Today, Jordan trilateral ministerial consultation for the first time. I welcome the progress of this trilateral cooperation. In the evening, we are also going to hold the 3rd round of Japan-Arab political dialogue at the headquarters of the League of Arab States. I concurred with Minister Shoukry as co-chairs on working toward the success of the dialogue. I will continue to work closely with Minister Shoukry to further deepening our bilateral relations as well as Japan-Arab relations. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Great. Yeah.